Welcome Roosevelt Park students of Level 2 to a reading review. Today we are going to spend some time looking at vocabulary, reading a narrative, and also answering some questions about that narrative. Let's begin. You can follow along on page 90 and 91. The first word we are going to learn is adoptive. 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 This word in Spanish means adoptivo o adoptiva. The next word we are going to learn is cruelty. 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 And this in Spanish is crueldad. The next word is known. Known. This in Spanish is conocido o conocida. The next word is available. 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 And this means disponible. Article is the next word. Article. Article. This in Spanish is artículo. And finally, the last word for this part of the story is welfare. 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 And this in Spanish is La Oficina de Asistencia Social. Now we are going to read the first part of this narrative. You can read along. Lori came to the adoptive agency under emotional and physical neglect. Because of the cruelty of her parents, she was in custody of the agency. The agency made it known in a newspaper article that Lori was available for adoption. Mrs. Campbell answered the article. She called the welfare agency and asked to see Lori. So en esta historia, en esta parte de la historia está hablando de una niña que vino a una agencia de adopción debajo de negligencia emocional y físicamente debido a la crueldad de sus padres y ahora está en custodia de esa agencia. La agencia puso un artículo en el periódico para anunciar que la niña Lori estaba disponible para adopción. Y luego la señora Campbell, que hemos conocido en historias pasadas, contestó el artículo que puso la agencia y ella llamó a la agencia de asistencia social y preguntó para ver a Lori. Now let's answer a question about this part of the story. Why did Lori come to the adoptive agency? Why did Lori come to the adoptive agency? So, ¿por qué vino Lori a la agencia de adopción? ¿Se recuerdan? Because her parents neglected her and were cruel to Lori. Because her parents neglected her and were cruel to her. Porque sus padres fueron muy crueles con Lori. Es la respuesta. Now let's learn more vocabulary for part 2 of the story. Had better. Had better. HADBETTER means más vale que en español. Evident. Evident. EVIDENT means evidente en español. Bruise. Bruise. BRUISE means moretón in Spanish. Sadness. Sadness. Sadness means tristeza in Spanish. Abuse. Abuse. A-B-U-S-E. Abuse means abuso. The first time she saw Lori, Mrs. Campbell knew she had better speak to the agent about her. The child was 8 years old. Signs of abuse were evident. There was a large bruise under the girl's left eye. Lori's manners were different. She seemed more mature than most kids 8 years of age. Her large eyes had a look of sadness in them. Mrs. Campbell learned from the social worker that Lori had been unable to stay in 2 foster homes previously. They only increased her emotional problems. So esta historia está hablando que desde la primera vez que la señora Campbell vio a Lori, ella sabía que necesitaba hablar con el agente de la agencia de asistencia social sobre ella. La niña tenía 8 años. Había mucha evidencia de abuso. Había un moretón grande debajo del ojo izquierdo de la niña. La niña era muy diferente a otros niños de su edad. Sus ojos grandes tenían una mirada de tristeza. La señora Campbell se dio cuenta detrás del trabajador social que Lori no ha podido quedarse en 2 hogares fosters antes porque nomás ponían más estrés y más problemas emocionales para Lori. So here's the question. What was different about Lori? Describe her. What was different about Lori? Describe her. Lori was 8 years old. She had a large bruise under her left eye. Her manners were different. She seemed more mature than other 8-year-olds. Vocabulary for this part of the story is he needed her. He needed her. Esto en español es la necesitaba. Even though Lori was mistreated at home, she always returned there. Lori said that her little sister and her infant brother needed her. The capacity to feel in Lori is extraordinary, said the social worker, and she doesn't know about her illness, though it's terminal. This is also the reason for her lack of physical development. Mrs. Campbell said, "We'll do all we can for her when she comes to us." So esta historia habla de que aunque Lori fue maltratada en su hogar, ella siempre quería regresar allí. Ella dijo porque la razón era porque su hermana chiquita y su hermano chiquito la necesitaban. Y luego el trabajador social dice la capacidad para sentir en Lori es muy extraordinario y ella no sabe sobre su enfermedad, aunque sea terminal. Y eso también es la razón por no tener normal crecimiento físico. Y luego la señora Campbell dice, nosotros vamos a hacer lo que podemos para ella cuando ella venga con nosotros. The question for this part of the story is, why did Lori always return to her old home? Why did Lori always return to her old home? Because she was worried about her little sister and brother. Because she was worried about her little sister and brother. Now, this part of the story, we are going to look at the word distrust. Distrust, D-I-S-T-R-U-S-T, which means desconfianza. Ran away, R-A-N-A-W-A-Y, which means huyó. They found her, T-H-E-Y-F-O-U-N-D-H-E-R, la encontraron. Wandering about, W-A-N-D-E-R-I-N-G-A-B-O-U-T, deambulando. Somehow, Lori remained withdrawn, full of tension and distrust toward the Campbell family. She refused food at first. Miss Campbell feared for Lori's health. The girl locked herself in her room for hours at a time. She ran away once. They found her wandering about in the neighborhood. Por una razón u otra, Lori siguió desconfiando de la familia Campbell. Había mucha tensión y siempre estaba sola la niña. No le gustaba comer en primero cuando llegó. La señora Campbell se preocupó por la salud de Lori, como la niña siempre se estaba loqueando en su cuarto por horas en tiempo. Y una vez se huyó de la casa, la encontraron nomás deambulando en el vecindario. Do you know why Lori distrusted the Campbells? Do you know why Lori distrusted the Campbells? Maybe because she did not know them that well yet. Maybe because she did not know them that well yet. They treated her. They treated her. T-H-E-Y-T-R-E-A-T-E-D-H-E-R. La trataron. But love had a way of overcoming anxiety and distrust. The Campbell children were especially helpful. They treated their new sister with the same rough affection with which they treated one another. She was to feel useful and needed. Gradually, she opened her heart to a new family. Pero el amor tiene una manera de vencer ansiedad y desconfianza. Los niños Campbell fueron extraordinariamente ayudantes con esto. Ellos la trataban como su nueva hermana, con la misma afección con lo que ellos trataban uno al otro. Ella se sintió necesitada y con tiempo abrió su corazón a una nueva familia. How did the Campbells win Lori's trust? How did the Campbells win Lori's trust? By the kids treating her like they treat each other. By the kids treating her like they treat each other. For homework this week, you can read the whole story on page 91, and then you can answer the questions on page 92 on a piece of paper. Great job, students. Feel free to read through the story throughout the week as you wait for your next lesson, and feel free to leave your questions in the comments below.